challenger, but he has to know that if he stands in front and trades, it could be a short night. And he says he's not intimidated by the champion's power. Burgos told us he wanted to box, move, counterpunch Al, but as you pointed out in the fighter meeting, that's not really his nature.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I mean, I did all the keys based upon him being aggressive, which is what he does, but we see him coming out right here saying, I'm going to box and I'm going to move. It's not his normal style. Let's see if he can make it work.
So you think perhaps maybe you should try to get inside and throw hooks to the body?
I think so, and you know what? He's 5'1". He's got a 4-inch height and 4-inch reach disadvantage, so the question is, can he win from the outside? We'll see.
Darchinyan proclaimed he'll KO Burgos in the first round, as we said during the ring walk. He even said what hand he'll use, the left. He broke Glenn Donaire's jaw, he says, with the right. For the record, Darchinyan has just one first-round knockout. It came 4 years ago against a nondescript opponent.
Well, Burgos, you know, this isn't a monstrous ring. It's a little over 19 feet. And by the way, Burgos also switches to lefty, and you're seeing that right now. He thinks that will confuse Darchinyan.
Yeah, he switched to lefty versus the last southpaw he fought, Falan Sakriran, and he won that fight in 6.
Darchinyan lands a little uppercut there. You know, for all his unorthodox style, and you can see it in Darchinyan, the basic weapon he uses is the jab and a straight left hand, so that's a basic technique in boxing, but all the rest, you're not going to see too much like him with other fighters.
Best strategy against a guy like Darchinyan is just try to push him back. But it didn't work against Irene Pacheco. He tried that attack. So it's good in theory, but it doesn't always work. In reality, Darchinyan, though diminutive, does pose a giant challenge. He comes in so awkwardly, as you can see, odd angles. He lunges in.
Here's the left hook from Burgos. You know, that's a punch that you can land against Darchinyan, but he's doing it from so far out, and now he's leaning in Burgos. He's leaving himself open for a potential counter punch, but so far, he's got a minute left to go to get through round 1.
Well, I guess in reference to Darchinyan's knockout prediction of the first, it would be at least a moral victory for Burgos to get out of the first round. So far, Burgos has stayed away, kept his distance from the champion. Darchinyan has yet to land anything with any conviction as of yet, and he throws almost every punch with evil intent. And, Burgos is making him miss.
Yeah, you know, Burgos has switched a lot back and forth to righty and lefty. Maybe that is helping him a little bit in round 1. Darchinyan landing there very well.
He's trying to confuse Darchinyan. Darchinyan with the uppercut digging to the body. Here are the final seconds of the opening round. So much for the prediction of a first-round knockout for Vic Darchinyan.
Take your time, brother. Take your time. Bring him a little bit today.
You must jab him to stop you from money. Don't look for one punch. Okay, stay calm. After you jab, then the uppercut will go.
You see that both men, now Burgos landing the jab and kind of getting that right hand, and see from a closer range, I think Burgos could make some things happen if he stayed in there. But of course, you're also asking for the power of Darchinyan.
Trainer Billy Hussein, who replaced 3-time world champion Jeff Fennick prior to the last fight. Darchinyan and Fennick had some kind of a falling out, so Billy Hussein, who had been working with Darchinyan for many years, took over. That's round 2 scheduled for 12 for the IBF Flyweight Championship. The first round uneventful. Is the first big punch, and Darchinyan hammers away with his second left hand.
You know, Victor Burgos at long range will get hit with those big left hands. There's just no way that that's not going to happen.
Little abrasion on the forehead of Burgos, and he takes a knee. John Shirley got to 6 as Burgos got up. He felt the sting of Darchinyan and he took a knee. Just gives you an example, an illustration of how hard Darchinyan hits.
Well, you know, Victor Burgos stepping up from junior flyweight is a mandatory because there was no 1 and 2 contender in the IBF, and he is number 3. But, you know, the question was, would he be able to deal with the bigger man and the power, and so far it doesn't look good for him.
And not only that, but Darchinyan regularly spars with guys a lot bigger than him. He's just swinging wildly. See one of those sticks.
And, you know, if Burgos was to have an opportunity in this fight, I just felt it would be fighting off the chest of Darchinyan where those big, long punches couldn't reach him. From outside, there's just, how can a 5'1" guy that can't reach Darchinyan, how can he win this fight from this far out? It just doesn't seem possible to me.
Well, this is obviously completely one-sided now. It could be just a matter of time. Burgos looks out of his league. And keep in mind, he is a former champion, world champion, although in a lower weight class, and Darchinyan is just pounding away.
And for people that haven't seen Burgos, if you would see him against a fighter more his size that he would be standing in front of, we've seen tapes of him. He's a very entertaining and skilled fighter. But against a bigger fighter like this, who's a lefty, who has too much power, he looks outmatched.
Darchinyan stalking, relentless, firing away. A little bit of a caution from the referee, John Shirley, for rapid punching. But that might be as a result of Burgos leaning in. There's a hard left hand to the head by Darchinyan, a left uppercut that didn't have the same kind of impact. Burgos is game at least, trying to hang on. Well, just took one round for Darchinyan to really get it going. Felix De Jesus, our translator.
You can't stay there in the middle. How do you feel? Feel good. Got you downstairs.